So here we are again. The painting's not quite finished, but I won't publish this until it's pretty much done. Until it's ready for me to take it upstairs and just live with it for a few days. I need to put a few strokes of paint down here, organize this a little bit better. I've got a bit swirly, which is okay, but not consistent with my other trees around it. But it's too wet, so I'm going to have to hold off on that. Be very minimum changes there. Minimal changes. I put a little green grass down here. It's just ultramarine blue and yellow ochre. I think I've pretty much described my colors on this painting, so I won't get into that, except for these bits of bedrock that are showing through here. I had used ultramarine blue and alizarin crimson, and it was a very blue, cold sort of purple, and that would be okay on a more colorful painting, but this painting is sort of toned down, so I didn't want to, suddenly have that shock of strength sitting here. I wanted to knock it down a bit, so I've gone over it with just raw umber, a hint of alizarin crimson, and a bit of white. So it doesn't draw quite as much attention. So this little area I need to touch up just a bit. Again, not much. Right now, I want really the area of interest to be in here, right? This is a little bit competitive with this area and with this area. So what I'm going to do is these shapes are quite strong. I have good hard lines there. They're like spires jutting up into the sky. I like that strength, and I need to strengthen it more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this light and extend it further to the left. And rather than having this gray to, the darker gray to a lighter gray line right there, I'm going to graduate the colors from here to here, or the values rather. I'm going to graduate from here up into the sky, just as I've done here, just to allow more light to strengthen the silhouettes of these trees. That'll give it more power. And yeah, I think it'll just do the painting a favor all around. Also, I might lay the odd brushstroke in these trees. I was going to actually recolor these trees a little bit more in this direction. I don't know that it needs it, because I've gone quite a bit bluer in the foreground with these other trees. So we might just leave it be, we'll see. But I'll put a few brushstrokes in the sky right now, just to show you the impact that that'll have. I'm going with a little bit of yellow ochre, a little bit of raw umber. And a hint of cobalt blue. Nope, too much yellow ochre in that little mixture, so I'm going to add a tad more blue. I want to cool that color off. How's that? That's a bit better, I think. Okay. A little more white. That's better. Sometimes it can be difficult to see such minor value changes. And some people have a better eye for it than I do. Well, everybody's eye is a little bit different, right? But I know of other painters who are better at establishing or painting with the values than I am, because they just have a better eye for it. I'm not great at subtleties, you know, really minor subtleties. But, you know, we try. We try. Okay. Cobalt blue. Whoop, a little smudgy right there. Yep. I'm gonna have to touch that with a bit of darker paint to reestablish the strength of the line. You know, I'm not using the motion of scumbling right now, but the color that I'm laying in, the colors that I'm laying in right now are really just touching, they're being caught by the crests of the tooth on the canvas. So you have a little bit of a, you don't have a solid sort of block of paint, a solid block of color. Okay, a little more light now, back to that yellow ochre. Fussy, fussy, fussy. I could never be a realist. I have tremendous appreciation for the skill and architectural ability of a realist, but I would never have the patience to do it myself. And, you know, my favorite art to appreciate and hang on my walls is Impressionism, and landscape. You know, that's nature. That's what I love. And of course, you do what you love, right? Okay. Let's see if I can reestablish. It's going to look a little bit dark, this line. But that is because it's wet paint. Once that dries, it'll match up with the other lines that I have on here. Actually, while I'm at it, tidy that up. And maybe I shouldn't tidy it up. I don't know. It's such a dangerous thing to start fixating on small things. Undermines the strength of a painting with some broader brush strokes if you do that. So it's difficult to control yourself, or for me to control myself sometimes, because I always want, you know, you're sitting this close to it and you start to play with things and play with things. Okay, I like that graduation better than just that line. Let me just try one thing here. I'm unsure whether I have played all my cards in one area here regarding value. And if I haven't, I would like to put one intense stroke in. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that one stroke informed me that I need to put in more than one stroke. You know, I think that's still a bit too white. Stop playing. So when I talk about, I wasn't sure if I'd played all my cards right in there, in the focal area, I wasn't sure if I'd gone as high and warm a value as I could. So when I laid the stroke, the brush stroke on there with titanium white and just the smallest hint of yellow ochre, suddenly it jumped to life. Now I've played in the distance there a little bit more. I've added a little more cadmium yellow pale. I've smeared some of the lines a little bit, lightened most of them so that it has the appearance of being more in the distance. But it's jumped to life. I didn't want to get too high a chroma because I am again painting in the distance. Okay, you know, as I said, here I need to play a little bit, but the paint's wet, so I'm not going to bother with it today. I think, oh yeah, on these trees I added, you can see just a few little strokes of, again, you can see the warmer grayish strokes over top of the cobalt blue and burnt sienna. Well, the warmer grayish strokes are cobalt blue and burnt sienna, but with a little more white and a little more burnt sienna in the mix, just to warm it up a little, just to help differentiate them from the foreground stronger strokes. I think that's good. I'm pretty happy with the painting. I'm calling it. I think I like the way that blending the sky here worked as well. Took that line away. It allows the eye to look up into the sky more rather than just stopping it by having that line there. And I think that's good. I'm going to leave it at that. And it's so close to done, we're going to call it done. Thank you so much for coming along with this one. I know I didn't do a lot of painting on camera, and I won't always, but Andrea's paintings I will. Anyway, we will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.